respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. It's not a crime to be authentic, and I say that respectfully. The authenticity starts within. That blueprint that hits different. Hold on 1 second. You was far from mentally ill, far from a copycat, truly keeping the real. That vocabulary hits different when it comes to unconditional love, allowing yourself to step out on faith, understand your confidence, that energy is different. They will never understand your remedy. Even when they try to distract you with bad habits, hold on 1 second, they thought they was pointing you in the wrong direction, but God gave you balance to acknowledge your worth. They try to throw spell right there lest you can reject yourself, but God was bettering your health. They paint you out to be a man too patient, but that was never the case. God was protecting your heart. Let alone, hold on 1 second, your train of thought. They try to discourage you with spell work right to left, but that communication hits different when it comes to unconditional love balance. Regardless of what you've been through, when it came to the testimony that day, childhood trauma going into adulthood, you didn't have to wild out. Folks try to paint you out to be the villain in their story, but hold on 1 second, they would never tell the truth when it comes to hold on 1 second. You truly had good intentions when it came to folks. Pouring into the wrong cups, only to realize, hold on 1 second, you didn't lose yourself. Another day, that chapter hits different when it comes to unconditional love, knowing you worthy when they said that you was nobody. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. To the genuine ones with no misintentions, I truly hope that you continue to find peace within regards to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Just because someone gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey, said that you didn't have potential, never dim your light or get discouraged or give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself and no molestation. Don't tell me you like neighbor. No, for real, you can find entertainment somewhere else. Not over here watching me disturb your own peace. Because my content is not for everyone. It's not. And being authentic is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. The enemy wanted you to fumble you. Nigerian respect, poetry, my style. They would never understand I was far from losing myself when they try to paint me out to be, hold on 1 second, someone with no potential. The energy is different when you put the footwork in, actually showing up for yourself regardless of your pockets that day. You know, because folks still choose themselves when they having good, bad days, trying to figure out their train of thought when it comes to their mental health. I was truly woke, but that's why they wanted me to be not. You know, they wanted me to be somebody I truly wasn't. They wanted me to fumble me, but God was truly choosing me. They would never understand my flow or authentic. Truly keeping the real understood patience, time and day. That balance is different. Never looked at my neighbor like competition with their bad habits. Always be yourself with no malicious intention. I say that respectfully. A storm they couldn't weather. It be the training and thought for me because you understood your direction when it comes to how you overcame that trauma and pain. They trying to paint you out to be somebody you truly wasn't, but you truly was wanted. In God's hands, the energy is different because God had a plan. They said God wasn't real, but God was truly keeping the real. Had the enemy alone, the devil trying to test you right to left. God wanted you to show yourself, show up for yourself. Understand you did have potential. Even when you get lost in your words, God was truly showing you balance when it came to your vocabulary. Don't get lost in your words. Don't get lost in your words. Because the right people see you, hear you, respect you. And they ain't gonna shortchange you when it comes to your vision at the end of the day. Being patient. No, every shade though. Always be yourself with no molesting intentions. Don't tell me you like neighbor. We ain't the same. How folks will never understand. They want to shortchange you a blessing. You choosing you, but God was still showing up for you to show you guidance. That energy is different. They want to make you homeless, rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. Folks, where you talking about like a bad habit. Well, hold on 1 second. It just shows your point of view, how you felt about that innocent person, or because they was being authentic that bothered your potential, because you truly had your own issue, couldn't go with it, understand your confidence to weather your own storm. Talking about you love yourself, but you truly was doing yourself wrong. How you at peace with yourself, but trying to disturb the next person's peace at the end of the day, all because they understood confidence, going out and stepping out on faith, being authentic that truly bothered your potential. That's what made you feel like, hold on 1 second, you use your own words sending me, all because someone was willing to better themselves. Understand that, hold on 1 second, it can't matter if it came from poverty and pain. I may get lost in my words, but I still understood balance when it came to change. That hinge is different. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. You know, that weather hits different. Didn't matter someone's tax bracket. And I say that respectfully, how someone would try to discourage you. because a point of view that they can relate to. You was your biggest cheerleader, didn't dim your light, because you know why? Because God truly made it bright. When the devil tried to test you, they was energy harvesting off your energy, even throwing spell work at you. But that rejection wasn't truly within you, because God was still choosing you. We may not pray the same, but I never had hate in my vein. I knew how to respect my neighbor even when they couldn't see, to go with them, understand their own storm, to stay in their lane. It's a thought for me how this type of stuff actually happens. You know, being authentic nowadays going to bother someone's mental health, all because you wasn't understanding. You wasn't understanding. That's what they said. You wasn't following their rules. So they had to paint you out the beautiful, the villain in their story, all because you stepped out on faith, something that they couldn't relate to when they try to antagonize you, get you out of character, but that strength is different. Putting that footwork in. Hold on 1 second. When God fixed your crown, you didn't have to wild out. It's a train of thought for me because you didn't want to fumble you. You know, being your authentic self, that dream actually hits different. Going within to realize, hold on 1 second. Regardless who's pouring into me, I can't shortchange me. Even when I'm on an empty stomach, they would never understand my growth when they try to humble me. I understood what I've been through, overcoming trauma and pain. That vocabulary is different when someone tries to tell you a story, but it would never be the same. You know, because being original, it always would come first. Because God was by your side this whole entire time. And because God never lied when God showed you why you weathered that storm that day. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. My content is not for everyone. It's not. I may be whack and corny to the average person, but I wasn't trying to fit in. I say that respectfully, but your bad habits, putting an innocent person in competition with you, then matter your tax bracket. Or because someone believed in their faith when it came to their strengths and that you can relate to was gone within to understand your self-reflection. You have an identity crisis, but you actually wearing a mask, playing pretending mind games, creating a hate train against an innocent person. But hold on 1 second, because you didn't know how to balance your own pain. How this type of stuff actually happens. That you trying to paint somebody to be a crash out when they was far from that. Or because you want to control the narrative so much like to get them locked up, put them in a psych board. So you can steal from the right, the left, to do them wrong. Ain't nobody gonna hear their voice. That's what you said that day, because you was doing pretending behind closed doors. God saw what you was doing. I say that respectfully. I ain't gotta pretend that God's in my life. When God's actually showing me balance when it came to common sense, didn't matter where I came from when it came to my tax bracket. I knew how to respect my neighbor. You couldn't weather your own storm. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Never dim your light, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Never dim your light, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Far from a hater, what happened, neighbor? We ain't the same, neighbor. Didn't matter your tax bracket with your bad habits. You know, I love to talk about love. That energy is different because it comes naturally. Being somebody you're not, it wasn't a vocabulary. You know, being authentic, always being original. That energy is different. Who would have knew the love your life would truly show up for you? Showing you at the end of the day, pouring into the right cup. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding days. Even when folks got you under spiritual welfare, at the end of the day, someone truly got your back and they ain't doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing because that's not how they act. It's a train of thought for me. When your past fumbled you, only the rest of your future wasn't lust, it was real love. Someone truly keeping it real with you, love. It was a mind manipulation game to psych out your free will when it came to that blessing that day. You know, God's showing you that you was worthy of coming out your comfort zone and stepping on a faith that day. Only the rest of the hold on 1 second, God had a better plan when it came to your future. Recognize that someone could truly love you the same way. My content is not for everyone. It's not. You know, true love is not complicated. And I say that respectfully, the matter your tags bracket wasn't for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. When someone could truly pour into you, bring you peace, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments didn't matter where they came from, poverty and pain or not. Someone could truly show you, hold on 1 second, I wasn't manipulating God when I actually acknowledged you that day. I ain't have to run game to get your time and day. Only to realize that vocabulary actually made sense because action spoke loud in words, allowing you to feel why you truly healed to go within when it came to that womb. When it came to someone's words. It ain't just different. Because someone wasn't trying to suck at your free will. Showing you to hold on 1 second. They ain't have to get physical. Far from pretending. When they truly actually showed up for you. To show you that true love is faithful. It ain't just different. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm not aging on respect, and my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. They said you acting your corner, you ain't nobody. They said you acting your corner, you ain't nobody. But hold on one second, never don't damn your life. Never give up on yourself, I say respectfully. Never give up on yourself because they try to project fear in you. They said ain't nobody gonna hear you. We gonna paint you out to be the villain in our story because we able to control the narrative. Didn't matter your tax bracket, but they bad habits, how you felt that day. That's what they were saying. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully because the right people see you, hear you, they respect your intentions. They don't energy harvest off your energy. They don't destiny strike with you. They don't gang stalk you. They don't hack your devices. They don't blackmail you against you with malicious intentions to get your free will. Rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially, let alone try to send chaos, confusion when it comes to your intentions. Becoming your best self, vision of yourself to poison you mentally. My content is not for everybody. We may not pray the same, but I ain't got hate in my vein. But someone says you ain't got potential, but they sit there and take notes, but they so inspired, watching your every move, trying to still hold on 1 second. Who would have knew? Or because you respected your neighbor, God saw everything when they was doing behind closed doors. And because you was keeping the real, they try to shortchange your vision they couldn't relate to was gone within self-love. Never give up on yourself, and I say it respectfully, regardless of who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. I'm Naya Jean Respect, and my content is not for everyone. Have a safe day, evening, week, weekend, humanity worthy. No mother or father or loved one or child should have to lose a loved one because someone lacks self-control when it comes to discipline. Doesn't matter their tax bracket. And I say that respectfully, to be robbed mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially. And to be said that they free will because someone wants to project a hate crime towards an innocent person. One thing I don't do is run from my past, and I say that respectfully. How folks will project a hate crime towards you or try to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially, and they try to hide their hands behind spoke in a toxic way. And never not one time, hold on 1 second, that you give up on yourself to tell the truth when you actually understood faith. You man and you're worthy. My content is not for everybody. Gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. My content is not for everyone. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm far from a hater. How the devil tried to discourage you, try to stop your flow. But that energy is different when you understood rotation, that blessing went within. Understanding that you can't relate to, hold on 1 second, God's existence. Because God was by your side, God didn't tell a lie. How they try to get you locked up, put you in the psych board, even try to jump you, trying to humble you, trying to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, all because of the fact that they want you to get discouraged. They even throw sports so you can make you confused. But God wasn't trying to abuse you mentally, and they try to paint you out to be the fool. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm nice on the spot, and I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, and I don't live in fear. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. When God sends directly into your life, they act their body weight and their shoe size. That maturity is different. God didn't tell a lie. Whether in the storm that folks couldn't relate to, who would have knew that folks would truly show you that you could be comfortable within your own skin, truly to relate to you. It didn't matter if they came from poverty and pain or not, they didn't have hate in their vein. They damn sure look at you like competition. We ain't the same. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, I always have. Regardless who's in the background trying to blackmail me against me, I work alone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm nice and I'm respected. I'm far from a hater. Peace and respect, your neighbor. Stop the voice. You anywhere that all them, you like go, you neighbor, them, you like, I gotta go. Always be yourself, and I'm listening to. Just thank you for your time.